Shalom. It's your brother Malcolm from the branch of GMS here in Chicago. Giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shai. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS, who are worthy of double honors, that ruled Israel well. And salutations to the Akim on the four corners of the earth that are doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. Just a real quick exhortation about brothers and when they're on the line, conduct. We want to be like, like it's our job, like professionals, man. Now, sometimes, you gotta deal with people as they come. If the guy comes up in a joking manner, but he's being friendly and cordial, be friendly and cordial with him. If he's coming up, I mean, I would say 95% of the time we're dead serious when we're out there. But we try to enjoy ourselves because we're around the brethren, man. That's the only time we're really happy, man. With all the weekly shit that we have to go through, all throughout the week, and you're looking forward to that time with the Akim, man, being among like-minded people. So we kind of we got to be on point, but yet at the same time you're a little relaxed because you're around your brothers. You got a brother that's watching out this way, a brother that's watching out that way, But as far as conduct on the line, brothers, we want to be serious, man, because don't forget we're at war, man. And when it comes to dealing with these heathens, especially Esau, you want to meet them as they come. All right. There's an old saying in the world, man, but it actually is a wise saying that you catch more flies with honey than you do with salt, man. Okay. You put out a grain of salt and you put out a grain of honey and see which one the flies are going to flock to the most. If you throwing salt at everybody, man, you mean mugging and cussing every Edomite out, screaming at them, you're going into slavery, they ain't always necessary. If they're coming up being cordial, remember there's a viewing audience, man, and there are people who want to learn, and Israel needs to be edified. So it ain't about just cussing out, Esau, man. So I'm gonna get a couple scriptures and wrap this thing up. And the first one being Proverbs 16:7. Now this is just a real quick exhortation, man. And it reads, when a man's ways pleaseth Yahweh, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him. All right. So even your enemy will be at peace with you, and the more you can keep him at peace with you, the more you can get him to dialogue with you, and the more information you can pull out of them, man. Because Esau is constantly letting his tongue fall upon himself. They telling themselves, man. But if you cuss them out and just and offend them and they just want to leave and get out of there, or they feel it's hostile and they just want to leave and get out of there, where's the edification at? Right? You looking for views just because you cussed out an Edomite? That's the wrong mentality, man, and there's really no gain being coming from that. You want to keep them engaged as long as possible, just so you can bring out more scriptures, more precepts, more history to edify, man. All right. And another thing too, if the Edomite is not using rude speech, you should. All right. But if they being an asshole, then you have to go ahead and cuss them out. But if they not, don't keep them engaged, man. Because you start, using too much rude speech, man, you might offend them and they walk away, and the edification that could have come out does not come out. All right. You end up cutting short a lot of edification that could have came out. And that's what this is really about, edifying Israel, man. Okay? One more scripture, which is Matthew 10 and I believe 16. Matthew 10 and 16. Right? And it reads 10 and 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore as wise as serpents and as harmless as doves. So we got to be wise, man, as a, you know, like a serpent. All right, a serpent is ready to strike, but you also want to be harmless as a dove, man. All right, and with that, you can get, you know, you can get the most extreme edification out, man, to edify Israel, and you know, and to further condemn these Edomites, man. You give them enough rope to hang themselves, man. But if you show them the rope, you know, prior to it, and the reason I'm bringing this up is because, you know, it's happened in my camp on the line many a times where I've seen brothers just, you know, they all riled up and rah and start cursing out the Edomite, you know, and then they leave. And it's like there's so much more edification could have came out of that, man. And then I watched a video with Elder Sakaran, man, who one of the first GMS videos I ever saw was with Elder Sakaran, man, and with his GMS gallows on the streets. And one of the brothers that teaches with you know, one of the officers that teaches with Elder Sakaran was having a very peaceful dialogue with an Edomite, and whether the Edomite was sincere or not, you know, it seemed like he really was sincere. The questions he was asking, he could have been an agent, you never know. But the point being is that there was so much edification came out of it, and they did not come at him so aggressive to where they were offending him, because what they were doing is exactly what I just described throughout this whole video. All right, they were being at peace with him. All right, and they were being at peace with him so that they could bring out the edification and bring out the scriptures. And they cut him with the scriptures. You don't have to be rude to them, because the scriptures would do that for you. And with that, I'm gonna say shalom.